don't work like, hey, the shit that he playing don't work, I'm gonna come up with something. Here's the final stop of the day. Total Wines. See the line started over there. My last stop of the day. We got up early, had a late night. We don't do excuses here. We just get the job done, because this one we signed up for.
Shannon should just step out with his boyfriend and let people know I'm bisexual, but this is who I'm with. And every now and then I experience my wild side.
You think he's a zest monster?
I definitely think he's bisexual.
50 Cent just allegedly dropped some wild info about Shannon Sharpe, and the internet can't stop talking about it. People are losing their minds over what's being whispered behind the scenes. And it's not just about old rumors. It's about the messy chain of drama that's been following Shannon for months. So here's what went down. Around April 21st, 2025, a woman going by the name Gabby, or sometimes Carly, who's active on OnlyFans, filed a massive civil lawsuit against him. She's claiming he crossed major boundaries during their 2-year relationship and is now demanding over $50 million in damages. Shannon fired right back, calling the whole thing a setup and insisting everything between them was completely consensual. He says it's all part of a calculated smear campaign meant to tear down his reputation. But Shannon didn't stop there. He called out attorney Tony Busby by name, accusing him of stirring the pot and leading a full-blown media attack. Shannon pointed out that Busby has a track record of going after powerful public figures, including icons like Jay-Z. And now he believes the same playbook is being used on him. According to Shannon, there's even talk of a short, selectively edited clip that's supposedly being lined up to make him look bad and fit some damaging narrative. Now, social media's in flames, wondering who's really pulling the strings behind this chaos. Shannon isn't backing down. He's reportedly gearing up to fire back with a defamation countersuit. This whole mess has spun completely out of control, forcing him to temporarily step away from ESPN, including his major role on First Take, just to focus on clearing his name. Fans were shocked because he had just locked in a massive multi-year deal with the network that was supposed to push him to the next level. More shows, more screen time, and a bigger paycheck. But suddenly, instead of celebrating, he's fighting to keep his image from falling apart. What's wild is that all this drama hit right after that contract news dropped, and people can't help but wonder if the timing was too perfect to be a coincidence. Shannon's supporters are calling foul play, saying someone's trying to sabotage him at the peak of his career. And now there's a whole new wave of chatter online about his personal life. People started speculating again after he was spotted multiple times with stylist Hollywood Mugler, known for his bold fashion sense and high-profile celebrity clients. The two were seen sitting courtside at Lakers games, jetting off to events, and showing up in coordinated looks that had social media detectives working overtime. To really grasp what's going on here, we've got to talk about who Hollywood Mugler actually is, because this man has a history that always brings the drama. He's not just some regular stylist who picks out outfits. Mugler made his name by stepping straight into the spotlight years ago when he exposed his alleged connection to former NFL player Kerry Rhodes from the New York Jets.
And one little bit of a serious question. Okay. The NFL has been asking some of the candidates about their orientation. Yes. How do you feel about that?
I think it's a good thing. You will find that somebody will come out and say that they're, whatever the situation is. And I think it's a good thing. I think the more you grow as a person, as an individual, you become secure with who you are. And that doesn't matter what orientation is, and I think that's good.
That moment sent shockwaves through both the sports world and Hollywood, and people still haven't stopped talking about it. It all began when a series of personal photos surfaced online. Pictures that showed Mugler and Rhodes appearing unusually close. Before that, Rhodes had already spoken calmly in an interview about identity and acceptance in the league, saying, "The more you grow as a person, the more secure you become with who you are." His words were thoughtful and mature, but they left the door open for endless speculation. When those photos dropped, the internet went wild. Comment sections filled up instantly, with everyone rushing to draw their own conclusions. Instead of letting things cool down, Mugler fueled the fire when he told a reporter point blank that Kerry Rhodes was involved with him and that their connection was very real. That statement alone became a viral headline overnight. Later, Mugler doubled down in multiple interviews, insisting that what they had wasn't just friendship. He described it as a full relationship and gave vivid details that kept the story alive for months. So how does all this chaos tie back to Shannon? Well, it turns out Hollywood Mugler wasn't just a random connection. He was Shannon's personal stylist, and the two seemed practically inseparable for a while. They were spotted everywhere together, sitting front row at Lakers games, hitting major events, and showing up like a full-on celebrity duo. Fans started noticing Mugler's sudden glow-up too. Designer outfits, expensive jewelry, and luxury pieces that seemed a little out of reach for someone in his position. That's when whispers started spreading that those flashy gifts might have come straight from Shannon himself. Shannon has tried to set the record straight, saying his friendship with Mugler was strictly professional and denying any personal involvement beyond styling. But not everyone's buying it. People online are side-eyeing the whole situation, wondering why he'd suddenly switch things up when he already had a longtime stylist he'd trusted for years. On top of that, Shannon's own podcast comments didn't help. He once mentioned he rarely even buys new clothes, which made fans question why he'd need another stylist at all. The internet detectives wasted no time digging deeper. One user commented, "You say Shannon didn't do anything strange, but he fired a stylist he had for 20 years just to hire someone new who didn't even update his wardrobe." Another added, "A real stylist brings new looks, not recycled outfits." People online started saying the whole situation just doesn't add up. Critics pointed out that Hollywood Mugler doesn't even have a verified portfolio or the kind of track record that top stylists in the industry usually have. One commenter bluntly said, "He's not a real stylist. That's just his plus one." No one brings their stylist to sit courtside at Lakers games or out on personal dates. Others echoed the same thought, bringing up Mugler's history of exposing other athletes like Kerry Rhodes and claiming that Shannon should have seen the drama coming from a mile away. But things got even messier once Shannon allegedly decided to cut ties with Mugler.
He is gay. I mean, anytime you lay with a person that has the same thing that you have between thy legs and you sleep with them, you're gay. But I think that I probably was the first guy that he tried, and he liked it. It was good. It really was.
According to reports, Mugler didn't handle the split well at all. That's when he started throwing shade online, dropping supposed insider secrets, and painting Shannon in a negative light. Fans instantly recognized the move as bitterness, calling it a revenge campaign from someone who couldn't handle being dropped. The situation turned into pure chaos overnight, with people debating who was telling the truth and who was spinning the story. Then came the real twist, talk of a leaked video. Mugler reportedly claimed that the clip wasn't leaked by accident at all, but was intentionally recorded by Shannon to shut down ongoing rumors about him. He even mocked the idea that it was an accident, posting online, accidentally going live. When you have to open the app, swipe right, swipe left twice, then hit record, that's impossible. That single post from Mugler had everyone looking twice. People went back and rewatched the clip over and over, wondering if Shannon's so-called accident was really just a calculated move that didn't go as planned. Even after cutting ties with Mugler, the whispers didn't stop. Rumors popped up online claiming Shannon was spending time with another man, and social media ran wild with theories. Shannon finally decided to address everything head on. He called the rumors completely false and said that just because he worked with a stylist who happens to be part of the LGBTQ+ community doesn't mean there's any truth to the gossip. He emphasized that his personal and professional relationships were being twisted to fit a false narrative, and that people were using assumptions to tear him down. But the internet wasn't done stirring the pot. Out of nowhere, talk surfaced that 50 Cent allegedly had some sort of receipts on Shannon, and fans went crazy trying to figure out what that meant. Now, it's worth noting that 50 and Shannon have never had any major public feud before, so this rumor shocked a lot of people. Some fans believe it's just social media exaggerating again, while others think there might be more brewing behind the scenes. And here's where things get even deeper. The same online crowd that once hyped Shannon's rise is now questioning every move he makes. The timing of the alleged leaks, the lawsuit, and now 50 Cent's supposed involvement all feel way too coordinated. Many people believe this isn't just coincidence. They're calling it a full-blown smear campaign against a man whose influence and career have been soaring. Now, the question everyone's asking is, Where does Shannon go from here? The man's built his brand on confidence, strength, and being unshakable. But even he's starting to feel the weight of all this chaos. Insiders close to the situation say Shannon's circle has tightened up big time. He's stopped taking unnecessary calls, cut back on appearances, and started focusing on legal strategy instead of online chatter. Fans noticed he hasn't been posting like he used to, and when he does, the tone is way more guarded. No jokes, no shade, just quiet moves. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's name keeps getting dragged into this storm, and you know 50, if his name's in the mix, it's for a reason. People are speculating that he's sitting on information that could either expose the truth or clear everything up, depending on which side he chooses to stand on. But knowing 50's history with media attention, he's likely letting the rumors swirl to build anticipation before saying a single word. The man knows how to control a narrative better than anyone, and here's where it gets wild. Some fans are starting to question whether Shannon's being targeted because of his growing influence. He's one of the few sports figures who successfully made the crossover into entertainment while keeping a loyal fan base. Some believe that kind of power makes people nervous. And when someone rises too fast, there's always a group waiting to pull them down. Right now, Shannon's name is trending daily, every new detail spinning into a new theory. Whether this is all strategic distraction or something much deeper, it's clear the storm isn't over yet. And just when people thought the situation couldn't get any wilder, it did. Out of nowhere, new reports started circulating online, claiming that there might be unseen footage connected to Shannon's scandal, and fans instantly went into full investigation mode. Hashtags with his name started trending again, and internet detectives were pulling screenshots, comparing old clips, and trying to figure out if any of it was real or just clever editing. It's chaos out there, and every rumor seems to come with a brand new twist. Sources close to Shannon are reportedly furious, saying these so-called leaks are nothing more than a setup to destroy a man who's become too successful too fast. One insider even hinted that some of the clips circulating online are AI-generated deepfakes, made to look authentic but digitally altered to spark controversy. That theory took off instantly, with people debating if artificial intelligence is now the new weapon of choice for destroying reputations. Crazy, right? Meanwhile, 50 Cent's still quiet. Too quiet. People are starting to believe he's planning something major behind the scenes, maybe even a public statement or a post that could flip everything upside down. Fans are split. Some say he's holding on to receipts, while others think he's just letting the drama do the marketing for him. Either way, 50's silence is louder than words. As for Shannon, he's now facing the toughest chapter of his public life. The lawsuits, the leaks, and the constant speculation are putting his legacy to the test. Supporters are rallying behind him, calling the whole thing a coordinated smear campaign designed to break him down at his prime. But one thing's for sure, in today's digital age, one headline can change everything overnight. Now the fire's spreading faster than ever. Every gossip page, every sports blog, every entertainment site, they're all dissecting Shannon's every move like it's a crime scene. One day it's about the lawsuit, the next it's about the alleged footage, and then suddenly it's about 50 Cent again. The narrative keeps shifting, and nobody seems to know what's real anymore. But what everyone can see is that Shannon's reputation is hanging by a thread, and every new rumor pulls it tighter. Inside sources claim Shannon's team is scrambling behind the scenes, reaching out to lawyers, PR strategists, and even major media outlets to help reshape the story before it spirals any further. Apparently, there's even talk of a full-blown press conference, something to set the record straight once and for all. But some fans aren't convinced he'll actually go through with it. They think Shannon might just ride the silence, letting time bury the controversy instead of feeding it more attention. Meanwhile, whispers about 50 Cent's next move haven't slowed down one bit. Word on the street is he's sitting on files that could change the conversation completely. Some believe he's bluffing, that he's just letting Shannon sweat it out. Others swear he's holding the key to ending this entire saga with one explosive reveal. But with 50, you never really know. He's unpredictable, strategic, and always 10 steps ahead. The bigger question now is what happens if all these rumors start affecting Shannon's partnerships and sponsorships. ESPN's executives are reportedly keeping a close eye, and brands tied to him are quietly reviewing contracts. It's that serious. The internet is on fire with opinions, and people are not holding back. One user wrote, "This is the system attacking him from every angle just because his podcast is taking off. They can't stand to see a self-made man winning without their control. This is how they destroy strong independent men who built their own empire." The comment section exploded after that, with thousands agreeing that Shannon's success might be the very reason he's being targeted right now. Another person chimed in, "It's crazy how the minute Shannon's about to sign that $100 million podcast deal, boom, controversy drops out of nowhere." That comment alone racked up hundreds of likes within hours. People are convinced there's a calculated pattern behind all of this, that powerful figures never fall by accident, they're pushed. The timing, the noise, the headlines, everything seems too perfectly lined up to just be coincidence. Then came another viral reply that said, "They really trying to get Shannon? This is getting deep." And honestly, that's the mood across social media right now. Some are calling it a modern-day witch hunt, while others think Shannon might be hiding more than he's admitting. Either way, the streets are divided, and every new update just adds fuel to an already blazing fire. So what do you think? Is this just another smear campaign designed to tear down a successful man who climbed too high too fast? Or is there more to this story than we realize? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear what you think, and hey, don't go anywhere. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and check out what's heating up next in our hood. You won't believe what's coming next.